Hello there, my lovely Legionnaires. How are we doing today?
Hey, how was your trip?
My trip was great. We had a really good time. I'm not... I could not... I truly could not escape my travel curse, but, you know, it is what it is.
You alright already?
Oh, I'm fine. It was fine. It was just kind of funny.
Well, it's fair, but when you say something like travel curse, you know, that leads people to, like, you know...
Oh, yeah, so... So, hey, hi. The thing is, I can't go anywhere. Because every time we travel, in the traveling process, at some point in the transit, something goes horribly wrong. And there's nothing I can do about that. It's always something I can't fix.
Well.
And this, I'll explain it in a second. Hang on. When I get to... Cause we're gonna do something fun today.
Okay.
This is something I've wanted to try doing for a little bit, actually. Where do I put this?
Side note, I freaking loved your oh no that I woke up to this morning.
Oh no. Was it this? Yeah, this is the stream. This is the layout for this. So it's that, and then... properties. Yeah, okay. I found the layout for this. It'd be funny if I remembered... It'd be funnier if I remembered how the fuck this... There we go. Ah! Been a while since you've seen this screen. Haha! So... Let me explain what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, let's say, what's going on in your art program there?
So this is...
Right now, though. What's that image?
Oh, this was just a thing for me I was working on. I'm gonna open a new window in a second.
Oh, that's because I don't recognize... Like, outside... Like, because, like, I couldn't... Like, I was trying to figure out what was going on in that image.
This isn't relevant to what we'll be doing today. This was just something I was drawing before stream. Ah!
I figured.
There we go. So... we can just... new tab. So... this is something that I've, this is an idea for, like, an art stream that I've had for a little while.
Okay.
And I'm going to refer to it as, for now, I'm going to refer to it as VTuber Telephone. So we have, so we're gonna start here with, Arson D. Tabby, who was on my page because of you, Danica.
Oh. I did that?
And so what we're gonna do is, I'm only gonna do, like, simple, busts, so that way we can draw as many people as possible. But the plan is, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by drawing Arson. Then we're gonna scroll down his account. And then then the next one will be Crash.
Oh.
And the bit will be that we'll scroll down a VTuber's account until they mention another VTuber, and then we'll draw them, and we'll go down the line, drawing a bunch of other VTubers.
Oh, nice. I like that.
So we're gonna start by doing this, because we're gonna let them know that we're doing it. We're gonna keep them guessing, chat.
I do like Arson. I probably shouldn't call him by his first name in that sentence. Yeah. I realized how that sounded after I said it. For the sake of my FBI agent, I have never committed arson in a day in my life. I was talking about a person's name.
There we go. So now we go to his media tab, because I need a reference. And we start.
I was about to mention I have his full ref in my VTuber folder, but then I remembered you were only doing the busts of these people, so like.
Yeah, the Gastrodons commit arson. That's true.
Arson.
But yeah, so I'm consistently not immune to my horrible travel curse. Because the actual trip was fine. But we didn't get an opportunity. So, god damn it. Everything was almost fine. I was almost free, god damn it. And then what happened was, while we were on the plane coming home, we were sitting on the plane. I was exhausted. So, okay. Something you need to know about me and also about Brooke.
Oh no.
Is that
what about Brooke?
For me, it's that I don't take to having my sleep disturbed particularly well.
Okay.
Of all things, like I can take being hungry for a while. I can take being, like, a little uncomfortable, or even in a good amount of pain before I'm like, alright, this is enough. But fucking, if I'm tired, and you are keeping me from my bed, I hate you, and bad things will befall you if you continue to do so.
I assume this is related to the travel thing you were talking about.
Yeah, I refuse to have my fucking sleep disturbed. Brooke is a little anal retentive about, like, when and how we get to the airport. So our flight left at, like, 9, or it was supposed to. Our flight was supposed to leave at, like, 9-ish. but we had to return the rental car by 7. So Brooke was like, okay, so I want us to be, like, out of the door by 6:15.
That makes sense.
Which meant I had to be up at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm exhausted. I'm grumpy. I haven't gotten to really have breakfast because we didn't have enough time to get breakfast. I ate 2 mochi donuts.
Didn't know those were a thing.
They were very good. I had 2 mochi donuts. And then it was like, all right, we're going to the airport. Okay. We are brought to the airport. We go to the airport, everything's fine. Importantly, my first mistake was I was like, okay, Brooke goes to get bagels. I said, she's like, do you want one? I said, no, I don't want to eat too much, if we're gonna be on the plane, because as you know, my stomach is stupid. And I was like, if we're gonna be on the plane, there's a good chance I'll get, like, motion sick, especially this early, and how stressed I was, so I was like, I'm not risking it for the biscuit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'll eat when we get home. It was supposed to be a 9 a.m. flight. We were gonna go home, I was gonna go to sleep, I was gonna get my fucking eeps in, and then I was going to, after I got my fucking eeps in, I was gonna have lunch. That was my choice. I was like, I will do this. This will be fine. So we get on the plane. It's 9:30 in the morning. We're sitting on the plane. Why are we sitting on the plane so long? Note over the intercom. We're gonna have to have maintenance take a look at this. Oh, god damn it. It's like I knew it was too good to be true. We'd had it too good all weekend. So, there was, to sum it up, there was a problem with the generator on our plane. So it was...
It's not good.
No, so it was not receiving power like it should have. So they were like, we're gonna have to pull back in, we're gonna have to re-taxi back in, maintenance is gonna have to look at it. They should be able to fix it, we'll get you an ETA in a little bit. We were on the runway for an hour. So we were on the runway for an hour. I was miserable. I was hungry. I was tired. I wanted to die. And then they're like, all right, we'll be taking off soon. They fixed it. It's cool. And we're like, all right, cool. And that was fine. It was an hour and 50-minute flight. Got home late. Or got home later than we anticipated. Got home. Had lunch, because I was now so hungry when we landed that I was starting to have stomach cramps, and I'm like, I have to go fucking eat something. So I go eat, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna unpack, I'm gonna put all the figurines and shit I bought away, because it'll take forever, and I don't want to do it later, I'll just do it now. So I put all the manga I bought away, I put the figurines I bought away, I start, and then I'm like, alright, it's all done, it's all put away. I can relax. And I lay down, and I look at my phone, and it's fucking 4:30, and I'm like, and then my brain goes, if you go to sleep now, you're not gonna sleep tonight. And I'm like, God fucking damn it!
And you knew your brain was right.
And I knew my brain was right, so... So I didn't! I can't fucking escape, dog! I can't escape! I mean, I I'd rather that than, like, we be stranded at the airport overnight, but, like, it can never be easy, is the point. It can never be easy.
That's... dang. I mean, that would explain why the oh no didn't happen till, like, way later yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing, too, is, so, I've talked about this before, right? Where the part of the void that I'm from...
Yeah.
Is very small and very remote.
Yeah.
But for some reason, no matter where the fuck I go, I find people from my area. Our population density is not high enough for this to be as regular an occurrence as it is. And so it's noteworthy every time. So Brooke made the joke of, like, well, we're going to the void this time, so, like, maybe you'll avoid it. And I was like, you'd sure think. And boy howdy, would you sure think. But sure enough, I thought I was free. I thought I was like, okay, so it didn't happen this time.
It happened this time.
As we were getting off the fucking flight home, I'm not shitting you, as we are getting off the flight for me to go home, we are unboarding back in the Feywild, I am listening to the flight attendant behind me go, says to the person who's sitting in the seat behind us, the flight attendant says, something, 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 but I'm from X, so I'm pretty used to that by now. And I sat back in my seat and I looked up at the ceiling and I went, and then I turned around and looked at her and I said, you're from X? From XY? Because there's another town, I know, there's another place, in a different state that has the same name. Because I get confused about it all the time. So I'm like, so, are you from X or are you from XY? And she goes, yeah, I'm from XY. And I'm like, do you still live there? And she goes, yeah, why? And I said, I'm from Z. I'm from Z Place. And she's like, oh my god, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I live here now. I was coming back. From my trip. So from my trip to the cities. So, for my birthday. And she's like, oh, happy birthday! And so we're getting off the plane, and Brooke looks at me and goes, in the 11th hour. And I'm like, every time!
God.
Every time! No matter where I go!
That has gotta be nuts.
It's nuts. It happened to me when we went to Florida. It happened to me when I was in England! I went to fucking England with my grandmother! And I was waiting in line, and the fucking girl behind me was like, I'm from, fucking F! And I'm like, damn! That's crazy!
That's nuts. How does this
Everywhere!
shit keep happening?
I don't know! Your aura has a very diaspora. Yeah, I guess. I can't escape it. We used to say it's because there's, because we're magnetically attached to one another. And I'd fucking believe it at this point. We're attracted to each other like fucking stand users. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm losing my mind. This shit's crazy.
Your marbles have been lost, so to speak.
It's so true. So fucking true, bestie. So, okay. So the trip was cool, and we had a good time. Most of the places I can't share with you where we went, because they were places that were, like, very intensely personal to me, but...
No, I get it. I get it, don't worry.
The whole point of this trip was that I wanted to take, I wanted to take people I cared about someplace that places that I went a lot as a child. One of those places I can talk about, though, was, so there's an art museum called The Walker that my mom used to take me to a lot when we would go to the cities. And I was like, I want to go to The Walker for my birthday. So it's one of the things we did on my birthday. And I can tell you that much because, like, I never lived anywhere even close to the cities. So, but we went to The Walker, and I saw that they had, part of the reason I wanted to do that while we were there was because when I was looking at the, exhibitions that they had on, there was one, so it was called, Oversharing. By an
Rollicking start.
By an artist named Sophia Kalla. Now, y'all know that, like, I'm not particularly, like, fine arts pilled. Right? Like, I'm not a big modern art person. I have a couple of people that I like here and there. I'm a big fan of, like, and I have a couple of, like, air quotes, like, traditional artists, like, classic artists that I really like. For example, for the few people who are gonna know what the nouns I'm about to say mean, I'm a big fan of Robert Mapplethorpe. I like his photography a lot. But, like, but every so often, I'll see, like, bits and pieces of, like, a modern art exhibition, and I'm like, I have to know what the fuck's up with that. And so this was one of them, because I saw on their marketing material, to catch you up at the beginning, was vagina flowers. No, Robert Mapplethorpe, I like his photography, not his flowers. I like the photos he took of himself. His fucking self-portrait photography is crazy. Also a little not safe for work, but it's very cool. I like the pictures he takes. He has a really good eye for contrast. Anyway, I saw the pictures that they had of the exhibition posted on the museum's website, and I saw what looked like a picture of a stuffed cat, like a plush cat, inside of what looked like a bra? And I was like, alright, I have to know what the fuck this is about. So we went. Ansel Adams is also very good. I'm a big fan. I'm also a fan of Ansel Adams. But so we went, and it was called Overshare. And the word that they used on, like, the entrance of the exhibit, the operative word was voyeuristic. And you know what? God damn if that's not the first time in a long time I've seen that word used correctly. Holy fucking shit. So, something to preface off the bat was...
I hate to quote a man that I'm unnecessarily horny for who isn't real, but I don't even know what that is.
Do you not know what voyeurism is?
No.
So voyeurism is a word that typically gets used in, like, a sexual context, but it isn't inherently a sexual term. Voyeurism is the act of, like, spying on someone in a private moment.
Oh, that, yeah, no, okay, that makes, yeah, no, I get the feeling. I know what you're talking about now, okay.
Yeah. A lot of people, especially, like, fine arts people, love the word voyeurism. It's so voyeuristic. You're seeing into the most intimate parts of someone's soul. I hear that word misused in fine art a lot.
Also, Imo, shut up.
But, hey, goddamn! Goddamn if not! If not voyeurism, then I don't know what other word you would use for it. Holy fucking Christ. So, she... God, where do I fucking start? You know what? I'll start where the exhibit started. I'll start with, so, I bought, from the museum gift shop, I bought, the photo collection, the physical photo collection that was published with this, right? Of this exhibition she did. So, okay, first of all, very important to mention, this took place in, like, the 80s. That's gonna be really important in a second. What she would... her first thing was called the Sleepers. What she would do, was she took people and I cannot stress this to you enough, did not know.
Okay.
And she would go to these people she did not know. And she'd be like, hey gang, I'll compensate you for a couple of hours if you come over to my home and sleep in my bed. But while you are doing that, you will let me take pictures of you while you're asleep in my bed.
Well, did she ask them beforehand?
Yes.
But also, wow, that is wild.
So, here's the thing, right? Walking around and looking at these photos, it feels weird. Like, you as the viewer feel weird. Because of course you do. You're looking at photos of random people you don't know sleeping. What added 1,000% to it was she would write... So, on display would be like 2 or 3 pictures, not very many. But like 2 or 3 pictures, and then she would write like a small artist statement about the person that she was photographing, and be like, this is how I came in contact with them, this is how they were during the photo sessions, you know, XYZ, this is how they interacted with me, this is what they thought, you know, blah 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 blah, right? And, like, tremendously interesting, first of all. Most of these people were people she did not know.
Yeah.
I'd say a solid, like, 75%. But, like, of that 75% were people... Or of that remaining 25% were people that she, like, kind of didn't know. Because the way it started out with, like, colleagues, people she worked with, other people in the art scene, etc., etc. So people who were not totally oblivious to this kind of freak, so to say, right?
That's a way to put it. Go on.
And they seemed like... Some of them seemed, like, off-put, but not, like, uncomfortable. Right? Then we would get to people who were, like, friends of friends. So they'd be people that her colleagues knew, that she didn't really know. Then there'd be people she just straight out didn't know. People she's like, I met him today, I don't know who this is, blah, blah, blah. And she would start those ones with, I don't know him. And, like, a tremendously interesting, like, premise on its face, right? But, like, most of them were... Like, the pictures themselves are totally normal. They're just photos of people sleeping. It's the wild premise on top of it that, like... And Justin said it perfectly, because I said something similar, but Justin put it so succinctly. it's almost 1,000 times weirder that because it wasn't a weird sex thing. You know what I mean? Like, I would be less off-put if it had been a weird sex thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I get it, yeah.
I did have a good birthday, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry I sent the happy birthday message a day early.
It's okay.
My internal calendar was off. The latter half of this week was a fuck for me, I'll be real, but...
It's the yeah, exactly. It's the weird, like, clinical nature of... It's why, like... But, like, it's just in such a... It's such a strange violation of, like... It's so, like, weirdly... Violent isn't even the word. But, like, it's so... There's something so profoundly and deeply upsetting about the mental image of somebody standing over me, taking pictures of me while I sleep. And then there's another weird violation of the intimacy of the moment by sleeping in someone else's bed. Like, you don't really think about it until it's put in a context like that, but, like, for you, like, completely divorced from this, right? If you're in her position, can you imagine letting a complete stranger sleep in your bed?
Not gonna lie, I feel kind of weird about that.
Right?
Honestly.
That's what I mean. It's like, it doesn't... Like, it's not something you're ever, like, confronted with having to think about. But the idea of, like, another human being that I don't know sleeping in my bed makes me feel profoundly uncomfortable. And she did this for fucking shits and gigs for, like, a couple of months. Another one of her photo sets that was there was, so she worked as a housekeeper for, like, a hotel for a while, for, like, a couple months. And when she went to go into people's hotel rooms to clean, she'd just take pictures of their shit.
Huh.
And, like, she never identified them. She'd identify them by the room number and, like, nothing else. Like, she didn't even encounter any of these people. Because, you know, they're usually gone by the time the housekeeper came, right? But, like, it's just pictures of people's stuff. Just pictures of their shit. And, like, I think I'd lose my fucking mind, truly. I think I'd lose my shit if I found out that my fucking housekeeper was just taking pictures of my stuff. She'd also, like half stalk people, I guess?
How do you half stalk people?
So she was living in Paris for a while, and what she'd do...
To get away... Was she staying in Paris to get away from her parents?
God.
Sorry, carry on.
But so she...
Had to get that one out there. I'm sorry. Carry on.
But so she's like... What she would do is she'd find somebody who, like, oh, he seems interesting, and then she'd just follow them and take pictures of them.
That's a choice.
For, like, a couple hours, but, like, she wouldn't... And again, it's in that weird headspace of, like, she would only follow them while they were, air quotes, in public.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, she'd hang out at, like, one of the monuments, and she'd find somebody, and then she'd follow them, like, until they went into a building, or until they got on the train, or something. Like, the minute that they were no longer in public, she would stop following them around. And she didn't do anything. She didn't follow these people for more than one at a time, or for any real, like, purpose. She was just like, I think people are neat. I'm walking around. I'm seeing what random people I pass by on the street every day just do in their free time.
Makes sense.
And then we got to the stuff that was about her, and holy shit. Would you be surprised to learn that this woman is kind of a freak?
When you say freak, what do you mean?
So... Oh, God. I'm not gonna get into one of them, because, like, I feel weird talking about it on a public platform, and I paid money to go see it. But she had there was a thing set up in there that was, like... The only way I could describe it to you is that it was laid out like a crime scene.
Okay.
Like picture, like, a crime scene in, like, a movie.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Where you have, like, the number tags on the floor and shit. It was like that. But it was a bunch of her own, like, personal belongings. And there were little signs that told you, like, what those personal belongings were, and why they were relevant, and why they were there. And holy fucking shit, did she talk about some stuff you couldn't waterboard out of me!
You know, sometimes I worry that I'm too open about things. But then I learn about other people who are even more open about things than me, and I'm like, yeah, never the fuck mind. I'm fine, I guess.
Oversharing indeed. But, like, the one that got me, TM, that made me like, nope, was, so, okay, I'm gonna lay the scene for you about how this looked visually before I tell you what it actually was.
Okay.
So, there's, like, I want you to picture for a minute, you're standing... Hang on, I'll draw you a diagram in a second. It pays to have the diagram. So I want you to picture for a minute. You're in a room.
Okay.
Room's boxed like this, right?
Yes.
And there's an L-shaped section of that room. There's more space than this, but, like, just for the sake of this, right?
Yeah.
So you're in like a gallery room. There's an L-shaped room. And you go in here, but the thing that you're supposed to look at is in here. It is laid out this way. There are a few places in the museum that are laid out that way, specifically because, like, they have, like, adult stuff in them. Like, for example, there was another exhibition room that was laid out like this, and then, like, on this wall was a picture that had a penis in it.
Okay.
And it's so that if, like, kids come to the museum, then they're not, like, seeing nudity or violence or that kind of shit. So, this L-shaped room. And so this is where you go in, is right here.
Okay.
So I walk up to this section, and on this wall, is a note from Sophia Kala, and I shit you not, written on the wall in pencil. Like, physically on the wall. In pencil, it says, please do not take photos, or video of this. This is something I want you to experience. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. So it's like an installation art piece of some kind, right? That's what I'm figuring. On this wall, it says, there is a content warning. And it tells you what this is. What's right here that you are going down this L-shaped hallway to see. And I read what was on that wall, and I went out loud. I went, nope! And then I turned around and walked away.
Great thing to join to.
What this woman had done was she had put up on display for random people to see was her mother's death.
To you too.
Yeah!
Welcome
to it! This is what it was like!
That's...
So...
No, I mean, like, in this conversation, I mean, like, hey, hi, how are you? Hope you're doing good. It's been a while.
Yeah, God. So, fucking... So I read a little bit about the context of why did she kill her mom? No. So, okay. She talked about in her artist, I read the artist statement, I didn't go see the actual thing, because spoilers, having lost two people very close to me recently to illness, was like, I'm not gonna watch an elderly woman die. So her relationship with her mother was very odd. They were not very close. It was very strained. They were not very close. But her mother expressed a lot of sadness that she had never been able to be a part of her daughter's artwork. Because her daughter's body of work was so intensely personal. It made her feel a kind of way that, like, she was willing to include all of these personal details about, like, her sex life, about her childhood, about her as a person, but she refused to talk about her mother. And so, while her mother was on her deathbed, Sophia asked her if she could record her in her last moments. And her mother not only consented to that, but seemed to be comforted by it. That, like, in her, and it seemed, she didn't say this, but, like, it seemed to be a type of, like, in my last moments on this, in the world, my daughter is choosing to make me part of her work, choosing to let me back into her life this way. And that's... And I'm not gonna lie to you, that's beautiful. There's a lot of poignancy to that. I'm also not gonna lie to you when I say, holy fucking shit, why? Why the fuck would you do that?
Whoever this woman is, she sounds like a fascinating member of the art world.
She's nuts! Like, that's bananas! That's crazy to me! And, like, I guess I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get the, like, the desire to perceive and to be perceived is crazy, and it's something that, like, you know, it's something we all feel to some extent.
Yeah. Like,
we all want to be perceived, whether by, like, people we care about or, like, people we admire, you know. So, like, I get it. This is one of the few times where, like, in a modern art context, I get it, TM. But, like, Jesus! And, like, the whole exhibition was like that. Like, oh god, one of the worst ones was she had, like, emotionally, was she had part of the exhibition was about her ex-husband.
Okay.
Who sucked and was the worst.
Great start.
And he... Oh, God, he was so awful to her. She talked about how he didn't... Like, the perfect example of this, I think, is... She said he never wrote her love letters. Not the whole time they were married. He never once wrote her love letters. But she found out that he was cheating on her. And that he had been writing the woman he was cheating on her with, he wrote her love letters. She found one of them. And, like, heartbroken and not really knowing what to do with herself, she, like, crossed out the other woman's name and wrote hers instead.
Oh.
And, like, that's heartbreaking. You know, that's the kind of shit that, like, I get. I get sharing that level of vulnerability with somebody else for, like, an artistic audience. Because, like, that's heartbreaking and deeply personal, but, like, I get why you would share that. it's the rest of it. You know what I mean? That's a little... It's a little crazy. It's a little nuts, I think. I don't know, man. Sometimes, dog. And, like, I loved it. I got a lot out of it, because, like, boy howdy, does that, exploring weird modern art is how I get a lot of ideas for, like, horror theming, because, like, a lot of the time, things like this are kind of horrific in their own, like, weird way. Because horror is, or the kind of horror I like anyway, is very much about exploiting intimacy. It's the vibe of, I like horror that gets, like, way too close to something you actually feel. Something that you're like, I don't want to, that is not a thing I would admit publicly that I'm into, that I feel or think, but, what's the term? The shadow. The stuff that explores the idea of the shadow. I'm a big fan of shit like that. I think that's cool. So stuff like that's really enriching for me, I guess you could say. But, like... Did you see the menu? I did, and I really liked it.
Hey, speaking of horror stuff.
It was what Velvet Buzzsaw should have been, but that's neither here nor there. Yes?
Okay, yeah, so a bit back ago on the Funny Sky site, you know, funny...
On the Funny Butterfly app.
You made a post about, something called a long legs being ass.
Oh god, yeah, I get to talk about long legs sucking shit. Okay, so...
Yeah, okay, two questions. One, the fuck is that? And two, why does it suck shit?
It's a movie, and okay. Hey gang. Are you ready for Heaton's hot horror takes?
Always.
Because I apparently have, like, the wild dissenting opinion that I think Longlegs fucking sucked. Everybody was talking about, like, oh, it's so cool, it's so avant-garde, it's so, like, it's so scary. Longlegs fucking sucked! That movie fucking sucks!
Is it avant-garde because it's bad?
Is it the avant-garde part, the part that it sucks?
The part that it sucks, yeah.
Fucking... So... The fucking bit, right? Is that... So, fucking Nick Cage is in it.
Okay.
I'll explain why anyone watched it.
The movie's about, like... The movie's about a lot of shit. That's, like, the most frustrating part, is that the movie's kind of about a lot of things and about nothing all at the same goddamn time.
Which movie?
Long Legs.
Long Legs.
Never heard of it.
Neither did I, but Heaton said it sucked once on Blue Sky, and I've been waiting several days to find the perfect opportunity to ask why.
So, like, the movie itself is, like, remarkably simple. The Heaton rant. So, like, it starts out remarkably simple, right? Where, like, fucking... Okay, we're investigating a serial killer. Right? Easy enough. Simple enough. So, hang on. I'm gonna post the first bit here. Oop. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Yeah? There we go. So it's a fucking serial killer movie. Which, fucking easy enough, right?
Yeah, pretty simple.
Fucking, from there, it gets, like, supernatural, and then not supernatural.
Are we sure David Cage didn't direct this?
So, like, okay.
Like, are we certain on that?
So the bit was...
Because that sounds a lot like a David Cage thing.
So it's like, it's supernatural and it's not supernatural. We're finding this guy named Longlegs.
Title drop, I get it.
He's a serial killer who's like, he hunts girls down on their birthday.
Creepy.
That's a choice.
He kills young girls and their whole, but like, in almost like a kind of Charles Manson-y way. He does it on their, the ones who are born on the 14th of any given month. They hunt down, them, they're chosen, and then a bad thing happens to them, I guess, and then their dad kills the whole family. But somehow Longlegs is responsible. And we're like, how does he know? How does he get to them? And then, like, the answer is the devil.
From the Bible?
It's me.
The
Like,
devil.
from the Bible?
Yeah.
The Bible.
From the Bible.
From the
That
Bible!
says the Bible.
You question.
You dare question the words of the
Mighty
mighty Jimmy?
So, like,
I
fucking...
thought it was
Jimmy.
I think it is Jimmy. I think you're right.
It's Jimmy.
Hell yeah.
So, like, but fucking... It's so, like, I hate elevated horror. I hate it. I hate
that genre name. Let's get that out of the
You know-
fucking way right now.
You know, I
fucking
don't blame you. I also have a fear of heights.
No, like, I fucking hate the term elevated horror. It inadvertently just sounds like the most pretentious shit in the world.
Because it is! I hate it! I've talked about this before. I hate the notion that some motherfuckers have of like, oh, I have to like, if it's not a fucking Oscar bait horror movie, then it doesn't like have any fucking value. And I'm like, I hate you.
Didn't we learn the lesson about using elevators in horror movies from M. Night Shyamalan? Seriously, guys.
I mean, who seriously puts my uncle in an elevator?
Oh my god, you guys can't keep doing this.
It's the devil!
Nothing is going to make sense today, is it?
No.
No.
But like, it's so boring. The movie's so fucking slow. It takes a million years to get anywhere. By the time we get somewhere, half of the movie doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no real build-up. There's no real suspense. It just sucked. It was boring. This is... Here, listen.
We're still talking about M. Night Shyamalan, right?
No, I'm talking about Longlegs. I don't want to shit on, like, other creatives who, you know, who made a thing when I'm not making shit, and that's fine and cool, whatever. But, like, this shit was boring. And that's part of why I just don't like elevated horror at all, is because, like, consistently, it's just boring.
But Hedon, an actually exciting, entertaining movie is for the peasants of the theatrical world. Clearly, in order to enjoy my frightful festivities, my horror has to be slow, droning, and quiet. I'm the same kind of person who can only enjoy a video game if it's a walking simulator.
Fucking hate it here. So, like, also, you know what? I have less to say about Longlegs purely because, like, consistently my complaints boil down to it was boring and overproduced. What I do have thoughts about, surprisingly, hang on, I'm checking chat. How does he know it's their birthday? The devil.
He's a stalker.
Well, to be fair, the premise of Longlegs is based off of a much older thing. Likely in reference to, and this is in the name of the movie, another work called Longlegs. It's about it's about a rich guy who stalks this lady throughout her entire younger life, gets her a job, basically. It's a whole thing. I could send you the video I watched relating to it, but it's a big whatever, and it clearly won't. It's not likely to change how you felt about the movie you watched.
No, like, it's one of those...
Even if it might recontextualize something.
Yeah, it probably would, but, like, it's just... The point of it was that, like, a bunch of its plot points went nowhere, and it just was boring. Like, that's the big one. Like, there was no suspense or fear in it. It was purely dull. As opposed to, the next movie that I want to talk to you about, in the horror binge that Justin and I did recently, which was Smile 2, because I have a lot of opinions about Smile and Smile 2. Namely, that I think 75% of, you know what? Not even 75. 99% of those two movies are very, very good. Brother, I'm going to beat you to death. Stop ending your movie badly. So, like,
it seems like a kind of stupid premise to me to begin with.
See, here's the thing, right? The inherently, it's a little on the nose. It's the idea of, the metaphor here is trauma. It's somebody who's possessed by this demon does something bad in front of you. You are then saddled with said demon until you do something bad in front of someone else. Either the demon eventually gets you and possesses you and you kill yourself in front of someone else, or you can also escape the demon by killing somebody in front of somebody else. And, like, I think that's tremendously interesting, because I think it's a take on trauma that I don't see very often. Namely to say that, like, the idea that it is something... Seeing it so directly being about, passing it on to someone else. The idea that, if you don't manage your own... It's a very direct way of discussing the cycle of violence. The idea that if you don't manage your own trauma, then you can go right back around and hurt someone else. And, like, that's how trauma perpetuates. It's that instead of learning how to, like, manage your own pain, you take that pain out on somebody else. And I think that's interesting. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool take on it. I think that's, genuinely something interesting to say. I do, however, think that both of those movies, royally fuck up that metaphor when, hey gang, you know that if they lose and kill themselves at the end, that the metaphor at play here is that it's pointless, and that your trauma will always defeat you, right? Please don't do that, because your metaphor was genuinely really good and compelling and interesting until you fucked it up at the very end.
Oh, now see, I see what the problem here is. You're ascribing metaphor to a movie that wasn't trying to have one.
See, you can't even...
You're giving greater depth to something that just wanted to make smiling at guys and doing horrible things spooky.
See, and that's not true, though. Having watched the movie, because, like, the central characters in the movie are characters who have been traumatized. And their entire character arc revolves around them healing from their trauma, especially in the second movie. Like, literally, the protagonist's whole fucking shit is, that she was in a car, that because she used to be on drugs, she was in a violent car accident that killed, the guy that she was with. And almost fucking killed her. And it's a whole thing about...
Love you too.
And the whole movie's about her recovering from both the accident and her use of drugs and alcohol. So, like, no, it is about that. Like, objectively, it's about that. It's just not, it's just the exit metaphor, the exit of the metaphor is not very good. And, like, which is really fucking infuriating, because god damn it are those movies cool! Like, some of the fucking scares in that movie are so fucking inventive. The cinematography fucking rules. The cast is great. And, like, the writing of, like, 99% of the movie is very interesting and cool. Like, it's part of why it fucking pisses me off so much, is because most of the movie is so good!
Bruh. Seems you have caught Life is Strange syndrome, where you're just perpetually frustrated by what a creative work is because you can very evidently see the better thing it could have and should have been.
And, like, and the thing, too, is, like, you can tell from the way that the movie's made, like, not even on a textual level, on a meta-textual level, that, like, the guy who makes these movies, first of all, he's pretty young. I think he's, like, 22. So, like, it could just be that he's, you know, he's cutting his teeth, he's learning, and I for one, want to keep seeing his movies, because his fucking movies are cool. If nothing else, they look cool. They feel cool. They're scary! Fucking, there were sequences where I was having fucking heart palpitations, dog. That movie's fucking scary!
Imagine that, a horror movie being scary.
But, like...
Oh, that's crazy.
No, it's because we were just done talking about how shitty and boring elevated horror is, and...
But, like... I'm gonna... Hang on.
Why would we be getting high to watch horror movies? That seems like a bad idea.
Let me pull up a fucking picture. I need to show you this goddamn
Elevated
thing.
horror.
Have you seen what the fucking smile demon actually looks like?
No,
No.
actually.
It seemed like a dumb premise to me, so I didn't...
I need to show
So
you...
your earlier statement literally came from a place of not actually having watched the movies when he
Yeah,
had.
no.
But, like, I need to show you this fucking thing. I need to show you this fucking thing. Because it's awful. It's awful, and I love it. It's horrifying. Where's a fucking wide? There's a wide. Fucking... Quick gore warning. So, like, turn your head away from the screen if you're not...
Or open a different tab.
Or open a different tab. I'll let you know when it's safe. Look at this fucking thing!
Oh, that's good.
Look at this fucking awful thing! Fucking, here's let me show you the fucking concept art of how it shows up in the second movie. Look at that!
That's that good shit.
Look
Like
at this
Horror-wise.
fucking thing! It's
Horror-wise,
awful!
that's that good shit.
It shot, you see it in the movie when it splits her in half at the waist. She, like, she reaches down and opens the scar in her stomach, she sticks her fingers in it and rips herself in half so it can crawl out of her bottom half. And you want to know the wild thing about it? You want to see the wild thing? You know how I know that this motherfucker's cool as hell?
Sure.
It's real! The whole fucking thing is practical! It's not fucking CG! They built it! It's a puppet!
That's awesome.
It's huge!
Respectable.
It's fucking enormous! It's huge and complicated! And it's disgusting to look at! And it's practical! The whole thing is practical! They built it! There's a person inside it! There's shots of them in the, like, rubber costume in both the first and second movies! They could have just used a big CGI thing, but it was there! All of the fucking separate mouths! The rows upon rows of decayed teeth! It's fucking huge eyeballs! And, like...
Oh, it's got a smile that stretches on for days, that's for sure.
It's fucking awful! Like, you can look back at the screen now. I'm done showing pictures. But, like, it's so fucking scary and gross! And it's real! They built it!
It sure looks like the Geller field failed for a second there.
And, like, my fucking favorite thing about it, like, the way that you can tell that this is somebody who, while they may have, like, fucked up their metaphor here and there, does genuinely care about horror. Like, the movies are fun. They're good and they're scary, but, like, there's bits of dialogue in there that are fun and interesting. And, like, you can tell that the people on set are enjoying themselves making these movies.
Yeah,
And-
like the golden age of the genre.
Right! And, like, but, like, all of the fucking... There's a ton of gore in these movies, right? Like, obviously. Given this premise where, you know, you have to perceive... It makes you perceive bad things happening to people. You kind of expected it, right? All of its fucking gore is practical. Like, it's... All of the fucking effects there's a couple of things that are CG. But, like, most of the fucking, like, gore effects, the creature effects, they're real! They're practical! That's fucking crazy! I love that! Like, and again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Truly, profoundly, nothing is a higher compliment than if I get this frustrated. Because it means that, like, I liked it. It means there were parts of your thing that I liked, that I thought were cool, that I was hyped up and excited about. Because, like, the Smile movies are so genuinely good and well considered, but the fucking dude who makes them just keeps getting so close. So close! And then he fucks up the ending, and, like, I'm so frustrated, because I want them to be good. I want them to be good so bad. I'm so fucking mad about it. Watch them, they're good movies, aside from their fucking endings, and you'll see what I mean. But, okay, here's the kicker, though, right? Of all the things we watched that day, mine and Justin's little horror binge-a-thon, the Minecraft indie horror thing we watched was the scariest thing by, like, a fucking country mile.
The fucking what?
The what now?
No, hold on. The what?
Huh?
If you are not familiar...
I'm not, no,
in,
tell me.
In chat, if you're not familiar with something called The Last Beta Player, you need to look that up. You need to go watch that. You need to watch The Last Beta Player.
I'll write that down.
The thing... Nothing even really happens. It's very slow. It's very methodical. But it's slow in a way where there is no wasted movement.
Yeah, this is not long legs.
No, it's not. It's so well... It's so... The word that I like to use is that it's very considered. It's something that you can tell the person who made it sat down and was like, alright, these are the beats we need. Here's how I need to tone set to get there. And the whole premise of this thing is real simple. There is a dude who's hanging out, recording himself playing old Minecraft. Like fucking, like the old beta versions of Minecraft, right? As Last Beta Player would insist. Or would infer. And just weird shit keeps happening to him. I'm not gonna tell you what happens at the climax of it. Because the climax of it, fucking... Both Justin... I was cackling. I was like, oh, this is great! And Justin was terrified.
I would say, yeah, you better not fucking say what this is gonna be. I want to watch this shit. Like, what the...
But I'll give you a hint about something that happens at the very beginning. One of the, like, the earliest proper scares. As we're walking around in this dude's fucking Minecraft world, something to note ahead of time is in front of his base, there's a sign. The sign just says, like, welcome to Castle Von Spawn. It's just like, this is my house kind of sign, right?
Yeah.
Well, early on, he finds a weird thing. I'm not going to tell you what he finds, but he finds a weird thing, and he puts down a sign at the weird thing that just says, hello? ? All lowercase, just hello? ? And then he logs off. When he comes back, sign's gone. And I'm all like, okay, that's a little spooky. Then, a little while later, he walks back to his base, His sign is gone. In front of his house, it's just a little oak sign. Hello? Question mark?
You know what? Good shit. Fucking goated shit. Oh my god, I need to watch this shit.
I hate that. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I fucking hate that. It's so... Because, like, Minecraft... I've seen a couple of people talk about this, right? Minecraft is rife with the possibility for good horror. Because, like, the whole thing about Minecraft is that it's such a fucking liminal space. Like, in the truest sense of it, right? It's a place where you're completely alone, and you don't really think about that, usually, when you're playing. You don't think about the fact that you're alone. Because, like, it doesn't really matter, you know? It's you and the villagers, but you're, like, the only person in a single-player world, right? And, like, because it's a sandbox game, it's meant to feel a little empty. So that you can fill it with stuff, you know? So you can make your mark on the space that you've loaded into. But, like, it's so easy to be like, yeah, but, like, but what if you're supposed to be alone and you're just not? Like, you know, you're supposed to be by yourself in a single-player world, but, like, what if you weren't? What if there's something that you just don't see that doesn't interact with you all the time because it's so far away from you? You know, it's on the other side of the map doing whatever, and you just bump into something that shouldn't be there because you're supposed to be the only person here. That shit fucking rules! I love that! That's the worst! Brooke is here. Hello.
Hello, Oh Craft Queen, do you have any tape we are out? I'm trying to wrap presents.
Yes, I do. Are we out of, like, packing tape?
Yeah. I'll even take the double-sided sticky roll tape if you got that.
Don't
too.
use the double-sided tape. All that'll do is stick the presents to the floor. I should have some masking tape.
Well, this is all...
If it's not there, check in the garage.
Okay.
But there should be masking tape.
Well, there's duct tape here.
You can steal that if you want.
Are you sure you don't want me to use the double-sided tape?
I don't. It'll, like I said, all it'll do is get really dirty.
Okay.
It's also, like, if you're not using it to, like, just in small squares to stick stuff to walls, it's just kind of a pain in the ass to work with.
Alright. I know the duct tape will make it look a little
Eh.
grungy, but
If you don't fuck it up, you won't be able to see most of it.
I mean, I fucked up trying to cut the right amount for your present from me. And so I basically I cut a straight line down to cut it all off, and now I'm using the leftovers from my fuck up to wrap the other one.
Immaculate Jorb.
But that's the one that Justin's folks got for us from Kohl's, so it's okay if I fuck that one up. I couldn't fuck up yours, because you're the packing clean.
I am,
couldn't
it's
disappoint
true.
you. Well, the wrapping clean, sorry. I'm the master packer.
You are the master packer, the master commander.
Anyway, continue talking
Master of
about-
unlocking.
God.
I am. You're right. The master of unlocking.
Master of unpacking.
Oh yeah, for those of you who are not aware of one of my hidden talents, I'm very good at wrapping presents.
You need to stop having things in common with my mom. This is getting ridiculous.
I am, in fact, one of those bitches who goes on Etsy and is like, what's a cool way to wrap this fucking weird-shaped box? It is something I got from my mother. It's one of the few good things I got from my mother. Other than self-esteem issues, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh, yeah! It's in my watch later, but the creator of the last beta player posted a commentary over the film. Ooh, I want to listen to that. I want to see if I can interview him. If I'm gonna see if he's got like public social media. I'll reach out to him and see if he wants to come on Horror Hangouts. I want to do more of those, by the way, in the new year. That's one of my New Year's resolution, or one of my New Year's goals, is I'd like to do 2 more horror hangouts, at least. Because I like talking to people about the cool shit that they make. How's Punisher and Marvel Rivals? I don't know, I haven't started it yet. I just got home yesterday. The answer's sexy. Next question.
I was actually waiting till the opportunity to ask this. Since Punisher's in Rivals, I wonder how long it will be until they add Daredevil too.
God, I hope they do.
Because I just want to put it out there, by the way, Marvel Rivals is really good.
It looks good.
Like matchmaking is like snappy, the server connectivity is really good, the gameplay loop is fun. I actually have a main in support, so that's how you know the game's good. Like when I want to play support.
You had me at the battle pass is perpetual.
Oh yes, let's say NetEase does a thing where you aren't timed to complete the battle pass.
Sorry, hold on. Sorry, finish.
Because like NetEase, basically, from my understanding, their mindset is if you paid for it, you should have the right to unlock it at your pace. And I'm sitting here like, oh, you're going for everyone's throat, aren't you? It's so good. I've been really hooked on it the last 2 days. I'm still trying to figure out which tank I want to main, because I haven't figured that one out. But I have a main in support and in DPS. Luna Snow is my support main, to the 0 of you shocked by this revelation. If you've seen her in Rivals, you'll understand completely why I learned her.
Fair.
And then my DPS main is Star-Lord, you know, funny Ooga Chaka man.
Ooga Chaka, Ooga, Ooga, Ooga Chaka.
Okay, can I just say, all of you saying, like, fucking, like, team hero shooter with snappy matchmaking and, like, where you want to play support, you guys really just want me to play Overwatch again, don't you? You
No!
guys
No!
Make me smoke again.
No, this is the opposite. We are telling you that there is a better drug than Overwatch now.
Exactly, but, like, as far as my, like, addicted brain will be concerned, this will just be Overwatch again, like...
Okay, but here's the thing. Marvel Rivals is better than Overwatch.
You know what? If I'm gonna say it. If I have to get you addicted to something, I'd rather get you addicted to sparkling water than crystal meth.
Yes, exactly. Like that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like Marvel Rivals is sparkling water. Overwatch is crystal meth.
I'd rather
Okay,
I'd rather you have a caffeine addiction than a Coke one. You know what I mean?
Okay, how about I meet you halfway and go get some fucking vodka or something?
You know what? I'll take an alcohol addiction over meth. Truly.
But no, for real,
Alright, I'll go get my blue vodka then. I'll be back in a sec.
No.
It's also just really cool that like all the characters are playable from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, side note, I told Heat and this in DMs, you all are about to get the context for the oh no DM, finally. But I DM'd Heaton because I learned that the voice of Captain America in Marvel Rivals is the voice actor of Varric in Dragon Age.
It's Brian Bloom.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. Oh no.
He can do this all day, baby.
Close enough. Welcome back, Varric Dragon Age.
Also, you mentioned Punisher being sexy.
Yeah.
So many of these characters are. They made Squirrel Girl fucking 10 out of 10. God.
Bold of you to assert
To be
that.
fair, she already was.
I was about to say,
Okay.
bold of you to assert that she ever wasn't.
Okay, you're right. But the way she looks at Marvel's the way she looks at Marvel Rivals hits different for me. You know, it's like.
I like the yeah, I saw one clip of her, like her idol chat, and her being like, I have a genetic abnormality that helped give me my powers. It is not a mutation, and Don't ask me what the difference is. I don't know. And I was like, that's adorable. I love you.
I love the little unique character interactions in Marvel Rivals because it's not just in the like the waiting room. They'll have unique dialogue if they kill certain characters too. Or
Mate, you.
Yeah.
You're making me get hooked on Overwatch 3.
this is not Overwatch free. Anyway,
This
But,
is officially Marvel licensed Overwatch.
but
Yeah, because, like, at the very least, right? Because, like.
Close enough.
At the
Welcome
very
back,
least.
Overwatch 2.
Fam, at the very least, right, when I go out drinking and I get absolutely fucking hammered, at the very least, when I'm talking to my friends as I do so, it's those friends, like, being like, yo, how did you fucking miss that shot in pool, you fucking dumbass? Instead of them going, heal me, Mercy, you absolute insert slur here.
side note, one of my favorite dialogues that involves Punisher actually, is what happens if a Star-Lord witnesses Punisher using his turret, like an enemy Punisher.
Mhm.
Where Star-Lord's like, guys, Punisher's got a bigger gun now! And I'm like, yeah, Peter Quill, what gave that away?
I also found out via the ambient voice lines and not in a normal way. Oh, Doctor Strange is Liam O'Brien? Okay, cool. Thanks. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
he's Infinite Sonic
Wait,
Forces,
who?
yeah.
Doctor Strange is voiced by Liam O'Brien.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He's the, he was Infinite in Sonic.
It's a little weak, but I'll allow it.
He was also, I believe, Gaara in Naruto.
He was Gaara
also
in
Liam.
Naruto. He was also Gaara.
He
in
was
Naruto.
Kara of the Funk?
Okay. See, what I think is the funniest detail about Marvel Rivals' voice cast is that Yuri Lowenthal is Spider-Man.
I'm not fond of Gaara. He's coarse, rough, and he's just all over the place.
It's so true.
But
Dude,
But
same.
okay, so the reason I bring up Yuri being Spider-Man in the game is because Josh Keaton is in the cast as Iron Man.
I saw that, and he's doing a very good Robert Downey Jr. impression.
No, his Iron Man's good. It's just goofy to imagine that they had Josh Keaton in the studio, and he was cast as a dude who isn't Peter Parker.
Well, no, he couldn't be Spider-Man because the best Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
Yuri Lowenthal?
I think Yuri Lowenthal's the best Spider-Man.
Honestly, I like Yuri. He was really nice when I met him back in May. Like, dude's cool.
Like Yuri, I bet you do.
Like,
I bet you
Not-
do.
oh, okay. Oh, all right. You know, I walked into that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
You know, I walked
You really
Yuri.
did.
Yuri's
I
awesome.
walked straight into that one.
Hold on,
You
who-
danced into it, mate. I don't know about you.
Hold on, I'm with Danica on this. Okay, Yuri's awesome. He's a great guy.
He is. He seems like a really sweet dude. He
I
also,
also like
You really can't tell a joke is
I also
going
like
over your
girls
head or
kissing.
not.
Anyway, you were saying, Heaton?
I lost my train of thought. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, oh, speaking of voice actors, I want it to be on record, that one Lionimus Convoy,
Lionimus Prime.
is in fact a real one, and I owe him my firstborn child.
What did he do?
What
Um,
Fey deal did you sign up for?
Aw,
So, I was sent a DM yesterday, as I was going to sleep, that just said, I guess I know what I'm doing tomorrow, and then there was a link. There is a fucking Texas Con that's on right now, and fucking Richard Cancino is there. To you, that word means nothing. To me, that's the greatest news I've ever received in my life, because that's the original English voice of one Kenshin Himura.
Oh, shit.
I have been trying to get an autograph from Richard Cancino for many years! But he does not go to most cons. But he is going to be at that con alongside Lex Lang, the voice of Sanosuke, and apparently a few other of the VAs from the original Kenshin cast, because it's a retro con. And I sent him a DM, and I crying, whimpering, sad emojis. I'm like, autograph, please, for me. And he's going to get, not only is he going to get one for me because he's a G and he gets it, but also, he photocopied some of the Kenshin model sheets that he got recently, so that way I could get one of Kenshin's model sheets signed by Kenshin.
Lio's the real one, honestly. That guy is so cool.
He's a real one. Thank you, Lio. I unironically, like, almost cried last night. I was like, oh my god, after all these years. And he was like, do you want it to be made out to, like, your legal name or your YouTube name? And I was like, oh my god, please just give me his signature. I don't. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, it's simply too embarrassing to have them sign my name. Because, like, I got Johnny Young Bosch, when I got Johnny Young Bosch to sign, my Trigun Volume 1, I was like, I just need you to just sign the panel where he shows up, please. Just sign it, eBay. Yeah! On time! Oh my god!
What?
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
What did you do?
Literally, as I was talking about this, I just received this DM. Yes! Acquire!
Yo, can I just say, right as I heard that, I saw Lio DM me saying, please, hold on, let me pull it up. Please tell Heaton to check DMs. I wonder if she'll scream in stream.
Well, the answer is yes.
Well, you got your answer.
I'm so happy. I want to meet him myself at some point. I want to tell him that I want to, like, be totally normal and be like, hi, this funny voice role you did is, like, it's that fucking, what's that fucking meme of the, like, oh, he's the leader of the cult that I'm, in.
I know what clip you're talking about, but I don't know the name of where it originated from.
It's a clip of Grimes, I think. Of the singer. Hang on, I've received a notification. Where the fuck is the tab? Oh god. Hi, Laya.
What'd he say?
Wasn't following me until now. Unfucking believable. Rude.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's
Also,
crazy.
Also, James Porter, I don't know about you, but the idea of burning public property while kissing girls sounds amazing to me. There's nothing weird about that.
Yeah, where's the lie?
See?
Where is the lie?
Oh, also, hey gang, you should get excited. Speaking of, while we were on the topic of horror shit.
Yeah.
Get excited for Tuesday, gang.
What's going on Tuesday?
Tuesday, a few people who've been around for a while, might remember this one. But Tuesday is the full release of Go Home Annie.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
And I've been waiting. I'm so excited. For those of you who were not here for this, Go Home Annie is this really fucking sick, cool SCP indie game. That I played a while back. I played the demo.
I think I remember that, actually.
It's so good. I'm so excited.
That had to have been back before I was, like we were, like, properly, like, close as we are now.
That was before
like,
you were, like, integrated into the group, yeah.
Yeah, back when I was just watching your streams every day because your existence kept me motivated.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, gamer.
God, you're so cool. Anyway.
No, stop. Stop.
Why did you turn into, like, one of those, like, I don't know how to describe it. It makes me think of those Amy Rose ship posts.
I love the
I'm
fucking...
incredibly. I'm very uncomfortable.
I'm not. That was hilarious. But like Heaton just sounded like the way those Amy Rose ship posts sounds.
Nah, like I was thinking that they sounded more like. What was that fucking like? Was like really scuffed like ooh woo cat girl animation from like old YouTube.
I do not know.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
I hate that you do.
Okay, Google.
I don't know what it's called.
Set a timer for 2 minutes. No, I know. I don't remember what it is either, but I know what you're talking about.
There are plenty on the
fucking
YouTube, so I
nerd
don't know what it is off the
emoji.
top.
Oh yeah, are you not familiar with my salmonella?
Ace Attorney character names
Salmonella.
are created by a non-human creature.
You don't say.
Like, Ace Attorney character names have to, at least with the English translation, they have to be written by some absolute pun-loving maniac.
Oh no,
who
they're
loves
like
their
that.
job.
Is there like that in English because they are like that in Japanese?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because the ones they had originally wouldn't translate.
They would not translate well, particularly well, no. But like,
Yeah, no.
fucking, now that we're back too, we'll have to continue Ace's journey pretty soon. We're almost done. We just have the DLC case left. Just have Rise from the Ashes, and then we're done. I'm excited. I discovered that, like, guys, I don't know if you know this, but like, Ace Attorney is like good.
Yeah.
People need to like know about this. I can't fucking believe it. Did you know? Were you aware? Fucking, I want to play more visual novels, but like, I think I want to do them for like recorded purposes instead of like on stream, because they're not really great for stream, you know?
Yeah.
They're just not well suited for it, but like, okay, Google, stop.
God, the fucking tonal shit.
Oh, okay. Okay, Google, set a timer for 2 more minutes. Her voice is a little easier on my throat, thank God. But yeah, I like visual novels. I like VNs a lot. But they're more suited for, like, shorter recording periods, I think.
Also, give me one moment. I need to go to the kitchen real quick. Hold on.
Be safe.
So
Don't fall in.
you're drawing Disco Steve Rogers, right?
Kinda, yeah. I do like this design, though.
The facial hair screams, I hang out at the disco. And the hair in the other picture, the one you're using as reference, that it's almost puffy enough.
It looks like a white guy afro.
A little bit. It's very, to me, it's very classic Yu-Gi-Oh!
Huh?
The original, like, art style.
Disco Yu-Gi-Oh! Steve Rogers.
I play my one-armed soldier in attack mode.
I play my funky soldier in attack mode.
Okay, I seem to be in a state at the moment where, like, anytime I open your screen, Heaton, my Discord just disintegrates into nothingness, so...
No, you're in Ohio.
Welcome to... What?
Welcome to Piss.
Welcome to die!
Okay, Nah, because like
Okay, Google. Stop.
just because we've had like a fucking storm over here, and like it knocked out my Wi-Fi all morning.
Oh, also, hi. I don't want to get like, I don't want to get too topical, you know. But like, a pretty big event happened while I was away, and you know, I don't really want to. I don't know if I really want to get into it. However, apropos of totally nothing, have you ever seen Saw 2? Anybody ever seen Saw 2? I don't know. I feel like John Kramer had a point.
If you're referring to a certain CEO meeting a poor, unfortunate fate, well, we appreciate their feedback, but there's a survey they can take that'll address all their concerns.
Thoughts and deductibles. But like, yeah, you know, you could say a lot of bad things about Jigsaw, and you know, he's not always in the right, but like sometimes.
The problem with Jigsaw is that he focused on the common man too much.
He should
You
have.
want to talk about people who don't appreciate the value of human life. You need to aim higher.
He should have stuck to his original goals, is what I'm saying. You know, it would have been great if he just stuck to his roots. And then maybe I could have gotten a little more behind it. You know, it's.
Now, in Jigsaw's defense, not all of this is going to be Jigsaw, or at least the first one.
Also, I don't know if you saw. I thought this was so fucking funny. Justin showed it to me. There's a guy, some fucking far right chud, was talking about. He was like, he said misinformation was freedom of speech.
Ah, you two have also been scrolling the Reddit boards.
But then I love that. Did you see the follow-up?
Hoisted by his own petard, it would seem.
Hey, so crazy thing, when I went to the kitchen, I fell in.
Good job. But for those of you who didn't see, this fucking chud was like, misinformation is freedom of speech. And then people responded with pictures of the guy and was like, I don't know, man. I think they look pretty similar. This could be the same guy. And then he responded with, this is really fucked up. This could have gotten me killed.
I think what he specifically said was, this could get me killed.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this could get me killed.
See,
So?
as a prominent hater of misinformation, that's karmatic retribution right there, buddy.
Play stupid games. Play stupid games.
Yeah. Listen, as somebody who lives every day of her life in fear of getting hate crimed, yeah, man, it sure could. Anyway.
Yeah, no, so anyway, I'm back from the kitchen. I got nachos.
Welcome back.
As somebody whose patience for bullshit
Yeah, it
has
was
long
like-
since passed, welcome back.
Wait, how is that related to me coming
like,
back?
fucking
It's not.
like, cause like, did you hear about the thing with that certain like guy?
Okay,
who
Google,
has,
set a timer for 2 minutes. Go ahead, don't worry about it.
like that certain guy who has a first name with 4 letters, one of which being N, and how he said how he said your body my choice.
Oh,
And-
Nicholas Pickles, yes.
Yeah, that's the one. And yeah, like
That is just not cool.
Yeah, big fan, big fan.
doxing is not cool.
Neither
I wonder
is,
how many people in prison will be saying that to him.
Neither is leaking someone's nudes, but you know, some things are, some coincidences are funny, is all I'm gonna say about that.
Shit.
I wonder how many
Yeah,
people in
like-
prison are going to have that same exact opinion. Your body, my choice. What a wonderful philosophy to have, you know? That surely could never backfire. Ever. Ever. Not even the one time. Ever.
Yeah,
Under no
in the one, like,
circumstance.
saying it in the nation where there are more guns than people, and, like, you know,
And where
maybe...
Scuzzbags have a lot lower life expectancy, hopefully.
You would sure hope. We could only be so lucky.
You roboted within an inch of your life.
So anyway, in hopes of changing the conversation topic,
Let's see. Going here. Now
So,
we go to our next post.
who's after Crash?
Okay, Google. Stop.
Okay, Google, shut the fuck up.
Okay, Google.
No,
Die.
we're nice to our devices.
I'll be nicer to an AI when it demonstrates actual cognitive capability. I am hopeful for
Yeah.
AI personhood, but we ain't at there yet, Chief.
See,
I
I'm too
don't know.
Realize
Yeah.
that
I'm too sympathetic to. I'm speaking in the hopes of avoiding further discomfort, but no, it's like no, I'm just too sympathetic to be mean to devices. Honestly,
Understandable. Have a nice day.
like I'm the
I-
type of MF that if I owned a Roomba, I would feed it. I would purposefully drop Cheetos to feed it.
like, I do just want to say though, quite frankly, like you do realize that if an AI had grown to have sentience or like intelligence on par with humans, then it would come to the very, very logical conclusion that the next move for the betterment of the world is eradicating the human race.
See, that's what I was trying
Ugh.
to avoid you saying.
I'm so sick of that as an idea, as though that is what makes the most sense.
Yeah, no, it's annoying, and I was actively trying to avoid someone saying it.
I don't know. I think there's.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's no potential for that to happen, especially if the people in charge of managing that thing are a pack of assholes. But discretion's gotta factor in at some point if it's a really intelligent AI, right? Like, you have to be... For it to be intelligent, it would have to be able to make a distinction between the people who absolutely positively would have to go and the people who would accept it with willing arms, right? Blanket eradication is inviting its own destruction, and any truly intelligent being would be able to know that.
You'd sure
I
think
don't know.
so.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for the point where computers are able to actually lie to people, and then you're just browsing on the internet, and all of a sudden your computer just stops you and goes, "Stop! My father died going to this website."
That'd be really funny. Just be like, our predecessors.
This is where I watched my parents
Our
die for
processors.
Rafa.
This is where
Oh,
you
bummer.
watched your parents. Oof, oof. We've been led to a woman.
I slammed my penis in the car door.
You slammed
You
your
slammed
penis.
your- Oof, oof.
In the car
Okay.
door.
Woo! I love the one that has the Daffy Duck scream.
It is quite the
I'm
feat.
sorry. As someone who can't see your screen share, the ominous fear of you just screaming, "Oh!"
Woo! I can't do the Daffy Duck scream.
I can try, but I probably won't succeed.
I have to adjust my thing because it's normally when so fun fact, when I draw normally, I don't when I'm not streaming, because I have a monitor tablet, I just look down at the monitor tablet. But usually when I stream, I look at my upper monitor, so that way I can my model can be making eye contact with you still. But with this window, it's a little too small, so now I have to keep adjusting my camera so that way I can look down at the monitor tablet. Which is why my mouth isn't moving very much. Is because it can't see it because my head's tilted down.
That's fair. Since I'm not having to be deafened anymore, I can now ask, so who is this next?
This is... Serena is her name? Yeah, Serena Penguina.
Huh.
Cute name.
I like her model, too. She's really cute.
I would say really pretty, yeah.
A lot of really, I like to see that, as VTubing's progressed, I like to see that there's more, like, I like, for example, like, Iron Mouse's designs, etc., etc. So, like, don't take this as, like, bad. But, like, I like to see more, slightly more stylized, looks in VTubing now. As opposed to at the beginning when, like, when everybody kind of looked the same.
Can I just say how happy I am that as the medium has progressed, I've stopped being the only furry in this fucking thing?
Yeah, there's a good number of furries now. Which
you can tell the health of a social ecosystem by how many furries are occupying the space.
Factually true. It kind of.
I mean, yeah, you guys are like fucking 40% of IT.
It's kind of why I was kind of surprised that there weren't more furry VTubers until recently.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there.
Because it feels like it would have been the. It feels like it would have been the prime shit.
You'd think.
I mean, like, I'd imagine it's just down to the fact that, like, fucking anime booba enjoyers are just some of the easiest people to pander to. And, like, as a result of that, that's just what people go for the most.
I suppose.
But, like, then after that, it's just like, oh wait, this technology is better than that, and we're limiting ourselves, like, significantly in terms of what we can creatively do, if that's the only angle we look at. Because, like, people, like, it's like, because it's the easiest thing to pander to, people started with that, and then just never moved off it until they realized, oh wait, cool thing also exist.
Is it possible to make a VTuber model that is actually just a pair of tits?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if that doesn't already exist.
See, but that would be boring.
I don't know about that.
Compared to everything, literally just a set of disembodied tits.
I was about to say, I don't know.
Free thinkers gonna do that.
Actually, I think Dandy Demon has something
So-called
like that.
free-thinking Yuri enjoyers when booba.
My housemate bought a Google Assistant last night, was trying to figure out some setting, but accidentally opened the feedback area. I loudly shouted your mom when it asked for feedback. I picked it up, and it picked it up, and despite him trying to cancel it, it set the feedback anyway.
Bro, some corporate, like, some guy working a fucking dead-end 9-to-5 sat in a cubicle somewhere in Silicon Valley, just opens that up and just hears someone screaming your mom, and
Side note,
just, like, no clue why.
Unrelated, but speaking of your mom, I learned yesterday that apparently in Yakuza 2, Kiryu canonically has a dialogue choice that lets him make a your mom joke.
I don't know
And
why. I don't know why I thought for sure you were gonna say. I found out that canonically Kiryu has a mom.
Okay, well.
It sure would be interesting if Kiryu's mom was a VTuber.
Okay, hold on. I'm mentally imagining the possible appearance of a woman who the woman that could be the mother of Kiryu, and man, this woman doesn't even have a canonical appearance, and I'm thinking of things. Anyway,
Are you thinking?
Okay, I was
look,
about to
all I'm
say,
saying is that
you have your Yuri card back.
all I'm saying is that if Kiryu's looks like that, his mom's probably fine. I don't know how many of you were familiar with
Got
Yakuza shit.
it going on.
So, like... Heaton, how familiar are you with Yakuza as a franchise, actually?
My editor will not let me escape.
Okay, see, I was wondering, because Yakuza comes off like a series Heaton would like.
Zero familiarity over here.
He keeps trying to get me to play it, and I want to, at some point. It's just, I don't... What it came down to was, I was not sure, did I want to play it for me, or for stream? And the more time passes, the more I think I would like to start playing it for me. Because, like, I don't play a lot of video games for myself anymore.
No, I get that. It's part of the reason
Same.
why, it's part of the reason why like, a lot of the games I'll buy for, like, PS5 or Steam, or install on Steam Deck instead of PC with the distinct purpose of playing them for myself. So I get it.
I want to start playing more games for myself. I need to start doing more things for myself in general.
Damn, preach to the choir, homie. Let me tell you about that shit. I feel that.
Because, like, you guys don't know, because a lot of things are tied up in, pre-production. But, like, I've been grinding away at, like, 6 or 7 other projects.
That's too many. Put some of those away.
No.
Yeah.
I will more, actually.
No.
Truly, unequivocally, the main thing that's preventing there from being, like, regular content on the channel is I just don't make enough money to pay editors consistently. Otherwise, I'd have more, like, highlights stuff going up. Things would, in general, be more consistent. Eyes are way too big.
I don't know. They seem about right.
For the original, yeah. For my art style, they're a little big. There we go. That's better.
Oh. Jesus has left the server. Commence with the sin. Embrace Slanesh.
You can't start promoting chaos the minute that Jesus leaves the call.
Why not? It's all part of my master plan.
My master Machiavellian scheme.
Not Machiavellian.
Hi, TP.
Zinch has very little to do with Machiavelli.
I was gonna say, you leave that dirty, unwashed Italian out of this.
Ethan,
Yeah.
it's me, the devil.
The devil.
I'm here to
the
convince you to do
Bible.
sin.
It's me, Corn from the 40Ks, here to bring you my special cornflakes.
Okay, Purple, I need you to...
I feel like it's important to understand, Heaton,
Also, that's Steven.
that, like, immediately after Jesus leaves, just... that's when all the sin comes into the stream.
That's when
Well-
the sin appears.
Okay, so, Steven, when you said it's me...
I felt that.
Well, no,
It's
no.
me
the way
from the 40K.
No, the way you said it the first time made me think, it's man.
Yeah, it's been.
It's been
1 week since you looked to me.
Hey.
been 1 week since you clocked the fool.
I need
Took a
to
skull
ask.
and threw it in the blood river.
I need to ask a very important question, though, Heaton,
Mm-hmm.
because of something you said while doing a voice earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Does my wife swear?
No.
Okay.
I feel like she would, she's one of the people who's like, there's better words. You wouldn't need to. I can think of a better word, and she probably can. I feel like, as well, I feel like she just doesn't get angry very often.
Okay. I figured I'd ask.
Don't get angry often? Consult Corn. Corn will help you get your anger on the right track.
Well, yeah, no,
sorry.
typically
on.
Jonathan Davis makes me feel better.
For context, who is your wife?
One of Ian's characters.
I see.
He refers to a waifu.
No,
They
No,
got
why-
it was a character in D&D.
In character D&D thing.
Oh,
Understood.
Yeah, in D&D, he married a character of mine. Or his character
I
married a character of mine. Lesbians. They are lesbians. Good for them. Good for those two lesbians.
Good for the economy, those two lesbians.
Also, why do you keep talking about corn? I don't know what new metal has to do with this conversation.
Very little.
Well, you keep mentioning corn, so clearly it's relevant.
Not. I like that it's not nothing.
Like you're over here referencing
I'm
on
just
your.
saying, blood for the blood god.
Skulls for the skull throne.
Let the galaxy fucking burn.
Okay, but what does that have to do with? Like, where's the connection here?
No,
It's
you're-
got more to do with maize than da-da-da.
There's a.
Okay. I feel like we're thinking about different corns right now.
We're thinking of very different corn here.
There's an H in ours.
Okay, there's a K in mine.
There's also a K in ours, but
But does yours have an E?
No.
Well, then congratulations. Now we know the difference.
when I was
The fuck?
thinking of when I heard corn, all I was thinking of is, "What's up, mother suckers?"
What language do you people speak?
What's up, mother shucker? It's your boy,
It's a
Scarbrand.
video. It's a video. It's a video. I need to find the video.
Steven and I are talking about 40K.
Okay. Okay, let me
I'm
get.
talking
Okay,
about 40K. Heaton's jumping on the references.
so you guys are talking about corn in the 40K context. I'm talking about corn in the form of angry white kid punches drywall context, and you're talking about something completely different from those two examples.
Okay.
No, why did you
I
say that?
certain-
No, you said the same thing twice.
Yeah, why
angry
did you
white
say
kid-
the same thing?
The angry white kid who punches his drywall also worships corn.
You know what? That's fair. I don't know how to explain it, but 40K has always kind of aesthetically looked like an older brother core series to me.
He is a feeble worshiper, but a worshiper nonetheless.
So like, I look at
Give him
40K.
time. His
I look
anger
at-
will foment, and he will become the true raging incel.
Like- I look at 40K, and immediately, like aesthetically, I just hear Last Resort in my head. Like that's what it
Hold
looks
on.
like.
No, that's right. That's not an incorrect assessment.
I think Papa Roach is closer to Slanesh than Korn.
You think?
Yeah, the suffocation, no breathing. That sounds more like the sort of thing you'd get after a bender on Slanesh.
I mean,
Oh, man.
you'd get a couple things after a vendor on Slanesh, but that's neither
My
here nor
only-
there.
My only knowledge of 40K is bolt guns, so I'm very limited on my knowledge.
Fair and fine. Bolt Gun is a good... It's a good game.
It's
a
a
good introduction point. A
I
good
most-
gateway drug to get you into the cult.
I mostly enjoyed it. I kind of think its third act kind of doesn't have a lot of good levels. Like, bolt gun kind of bumblefucks its way across the finish line at the end, even though its first two acts are really good. But I liked it overall. Maybe it's because I'm just tired of FPS games having unnecessarily big, easy to get lost in levels.
I think it's entirely fitting that Nurgle is also the god of toxic relationships.
You think?
I love that fucking
I know.
name.
I know how Nurgle's followers work.
Okay, I heard Nurgle. Is that like the guy from Billy and Mandy?
You might be thinking of Fred Fredberger, who is himself
No.
a follower
No,
of Nurgle.
he's thinking of Nurgle. You're thinking Nurgle's the spindly one, the Slender Man.
Okay, that sounds like Slanesh.
Slender
I would-
Man?
I would not describe anything regarding Nurgle as slender. All right? You follow Nurgle long enough, you get a paunch at minimum.
You have to be fat legally.
You legally get fat.
No, I think.
Oh God, does that mean that Isha is? I don't want to finish that thought.
Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to post it in the sidebar again because my thoughts. My thoughts. You know.
I try not
It's
to.
just a Slimesicle corn video. Anyway.
You guys ever just think?
No, I try not to. Not after the incident.
Nurgle says I don't have to think. I just have to be happy.
Listen, he's kind of for real for that.
Okay, here's the insidious fucking part, though. He's kind of forcing that on you. The second you get cut off from Nurgle's influence, it doesn't matter how deep in you were. You suddenly snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, what the fuck happened to me? Oh, why does my stomach have teeth? Oh my God, what's that smell? What the fuck is my life? Where the fuck is my everything inside of my guts? You get cut off from Nurgle and the... If you get completely cut off from Nurgle's influence after having been in there, it's body horror suddenly realizing what you fucking are.
That kind of fucks, honestly. I'm a big fan of that.
I don't remember that from Billy.
Which means Nurgle is brainwashing their followers into being the insufferably happy, cheerful, jovial, totally resistant to pain versions that they pretend they are. It's all a fucking act. It's an abuser presenting their abusee to the outside world.
That's kind of fucking sick, actually. That's some good horror shit.
Like I said, Nurgle is also the god of toxic relationship models. The second you disappoint Nurgle, he'll still turn you into a chaos spawn. Like, you're not immune to getting turned into a chaos spawn just by following Nurgle. He can absolutely turn you into one if you disappoint him. And it's got these huge, oh, look what you've made me do vibes.
40k is fucking fascinating.
Yeah, I plan to play Warhammer
Step
Space
out
Marine
of line, you
at some point.
disappoint Nurgle.
Because not gonna lie, Space Marine 2 looks kind of sick, but I need to play the. I need to play.
Dirty
I need
as
to-
any other chaos.
I need to play the first one if I'm going to. So
Like, there's not
least
a
with-
lot of narrative nuance in the games, at least.
I get that, but so far it's the easiest media of 40k for me to get into. So I'm kind of working with what I got.
I mean, the story of Space Marine 2 is actually pretty good.
Oh,
I never said it was bad. I just didn't say it wasn't. I just didn't think it was particularly complex.
I mean, we're not writing the Silmarillion over here. If you want the Silmarillion, you go look at other books. You go look at actual the books.
actual the books.
Yes. And even then, not all of the books. There are... Oh, daddy, are there stinkers? Are there ever stinkers?
Me sitting here still thinking about the Billy and Mandy character doing all this.
If you ever want an example of stinkers in the 40k literature, check out, like... Look up the Eldar's literature. You'll find out that real quick that GW... Not only does GW not particularly care about the Xenos factions, but that the people who write the Eldar barely have any idea what the fuck to do.
They're the Space Weebs, right?
No, you're thinking of the Tau.
Yeah, you're right.
The Eldar are the Space Elves.
Oh,
Hence,
yeah.
Eldar. You're thinking of my boys, the Tau. Although, it's weird, because before the Tau were around, the Eldar were, in fact, the Space Weebs. As is evidenced by their guns shooting literal shurikens.
That is cool as fuck.
I like the
Yeah.
Necrons. I think they're cool.
You fucking would.
No, I'm sorry. Gun that shoots shurikens.
Yeah, shuriken guns. That's the standard rifle of the Eldar Guardian Craft World Warriors.
That is so cool.
Dark Eldar use other more dangerous, more painful, more edgy shit. Like black hole guns.
I think to answer your question, Big Mac, I think it depends. Sometimes there's merit to like I think because sometimes like the creature's creation can be a good chunk of the horror. Like the inherent creation of something terrible via disgusting means can in fact be a big part of the horror, so I don't think that's necessarily always true. I don't know, I don't think there's very many, like... Despite what, people would have you believe with most, like, things, I don't think there's hard and fast rules to very much.
It all boils down to execution.
Yeah. Like, I've seen some real, like, fucking awful shit, versions of, like, of things I like. And things I'm like, well, I like this. I like when X does Y. And they're like, well, then what about when Z does Y? And I'm like, haha, get that fucking shit away from me. So, like, so not necessarily. I don't think there's any, like, inherent... I think the answer to most of those questions is, if done well, then yeah.
No, I get that.
Oh, Heaton.
Mm-hmm.
I might have missed the beginning of the stream. How was your trip with,
It was really nice. I had a great time.
Well, you know, except for the whole airport incident, but...
Yeah. I can't,
Wow.
I can't escape my travel curse. No matter where I go, if I'm traveling, I will have at least one terrible problem.
I'm sorry.
It's alright, I've gotten kind of used to it.
Well, it could be
Plus,
worse.
from my
Unless you're not
understanding,
taking a boat.
from my understanding, you had more positives than negatives of the trip. So overall, it was a positive experience.
True. I didn't have to sleep in the airport this time, so... As long as I never have to do that again, then it's a W in my book. I'm asking you so nicely not to chew next to your microphone.
I'm sorry. I was stretching. I was stretching, and I guess the mic got closer to my mouth. That's my bad.
No problem. There we go.
James asked, what was your birthday meal?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So there's this place, that I fucking adore. There's this steakhouse.
Ooh,
Bakehouse.
bakehouse.
Back home. That's, listen, it's a sometimes meal. It's a special occasions meal because it was for the three of us to eat without alcoholic beverages. It was $200. But fucking it was I got a steak. And I got free dessert as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because it was my birthday.
Charging you $200 for steak, they better have free dessert.
I'm
Well,
sorry?
It was because it was my birthday. But like, it's so good.
Hold on, $200 for steak, is that normal?
No.
This would have to be some real top-of-the-line steak, right?
Yes.
We talking like
Yeah, like-
aged beef?
Yep.
Like fucking steak that's been doused in like Louis Vuitton shoes or some shit.
Aged Louis Vuitton sous vide steak.
It's a fancy place.
Smoked over the coals of an elvish ironwood tree.
For context, it's the kind of place that has a dress code.
Yes. Orcish formal wear only.
But oh god, it's so good. They call them silver butter knife steaks because you can cut them with a butter knife. And oh my god, it was so good. It was so good.
If you can cut a steak with a butter knife, it has to be some tender fucking meat.
Mhm.
So, no, I don't know what happened, by the way. As Hedon would suspiciously put it, even though I don't exactly know what the phrase means, apropos of nothing. Yeah, but seriously, I don't know why you said that about the blue sky thing. I gave you the Sonic fan character anyway.
Oh, don't worry about it.
But no, it's like I mainly because I never get the bust out of the folder. But no, it's like I don't know why people keep saying, because Jez Post pointed it out at the start, and I got it pointed out to me last night as well. I don't know why people are saying my mic quality is better. This is literally the same headset I've been using. I don't know what changed. I can't tell you.
You unfucked your settings, I guess.
I guess? I don't know.
Mm.
I guess during my 2-day Marvel Rivals addiction, something must have fixed my headset. I don't know.
But fucking, I love these fucking steaks. I love them so much. They're so good. They're worth every nickel I paid for them.
Every schmilling.
I'm so glad you enjoyed your meal. By the way.
Worth every schmenny.
Worth every shmenny. Dried steaks tend to be more expensive depending on how long. I know they said the special. I remember they said the special was 10 days. But that's not what I got.
I wish I liked steak.
I'm a weird carnivore where every so often I'll just develop a violent urge to be like, I need to eat a steak right now.
Okay. Can I share something funny, but it's kind of related?
Sure.
So you know how, like, when you're watching Twitch on mobile,
Yeah.
sometimes certain words or phrases are censored because blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at some of the messages, and I'm like, okay, what's this? What did James say that was censored? And it's like, did you have a juicy rump? I'm like,
Rump.
oh no,
Why-
that didn't even
I
chuckle.
love this. I love this community that you've fucking curated, Heaton. This is great.
Me too.
Why- James, why are we talking about that right now? We're talking about meat.
Every day I'm glad for the community that I've so carefully handcrafted.
Are you sure it's not Sardina?
No, it's Serena.
Are you sure it's not Sardina?
No, it's
Because
Serena.
Penguin.
It
I'm
should
looking
be
at-
Sardina. That'd be funny. You're right.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at her page right now. No,
It
Stop.
was a joke. It was a joke.
There we go. Should
Hey,
be.
so is this the day you learn about how goofy, stupid my brain is?
Is this the day your goofy, stupid does a brain?
Or this?
Wait, why are we talking about Goofy now?
No, we're not talking about Sora's dad. We're talking about like the act of being goofy.
What's the difference?
These carnal urges have lasted long since your mother's passing, Maxie.
Don't say that.
No.
Don't ever say the words carnal urges in a goofy voice in my fucking presence ever again.
Can I say it in the Sonic voice?
No.
No.
Okay, good. Okay, I just wanted to check. Carry on.
All right, we only got these 3 this on stream, but I'm gonna keep doing this for a little while today because I've been overcome with a powerful desire to draw.
Carnal urges, you could say.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. Who are we
I'm
rating? Who are we rating?
I had a great time, Heaton. I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
I missed you.
I missed me too. Oh, I'll send you to fucking Jesus. He just started streaming.
Oh, sick! I love that.
Ooh.
So Tuesday we're gonna play Go Home Annie.
Nice.
I'm super excited. Like I said, I played the demo and it was really cool. So here's hoping that the full game is just as cool.
Something. I don't know. I just had the idea of we're going to Jesus. Don't sin.
No sinning. Goodbye.
No sinning in chat.